Hi, today I am going to share about my dating experience. I come from a country where dating is not allowed in my time when I was a teenager or even an adult. And most of the time, they arrange the marriage for their kids. Sometimes they they fall in love and get married, but they don't have that dating experience. Most of the time people just look at each other, or they just pass a letter through somebody or something like that, and they get married. But real dating experience is something I had when I was in university. That was my first experience, which I felt very guilty. And I thought at that time the dating has to end up in marriage. And when I didn't get married to my ex first boyfriend, I felt very guilty because I felt that I have done wrong. Then I got married, and after my separation from my ex husband, really I started to do into my dating journey. And actually, I was legally not. Um, I didn't get my divorce when I started my dating. So there was so much of guilt at that moment, but it was very normal at that time in Montreal. Because most of the time people can't get a divorce because of various reasons, and it's not easy to get a legal divorce certificate. So living together, and people date even though they don't have a problem on dating anybody, even if they are married, single, they have a partner. So as long as the person is okay to date, they will date. So it is a very new experience, because for us, in east our in from Sri Lanka, you have to be single. You have to, if you are divorced, you have to get the divorce certificate. And it was, and also living together is not permitted in the countries like Sri Lanka. So it was a very new experience of living together. So but I was able to get into it, and I was on online dating. I started my journey. It was scary. I didn't know. My main problem I had is I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know how to choose a guy, because once getting into online, it was like within a second there will be hundreds of hello, and then and whoever. At the beginning I just went with whoever asked me to come with them wherever. But then it really helped me to put boundaries, to learn, grow. And I was so grateful to my friend who set the online dating app for in my phone, and he suggested me that I should not go anywhere where it is not safe, and invite anybody into my place for the first meeting, and also to get the phone number details, and also give it to a friend, anybody, and inform them before I go anywhere. So that really helped me, because some of the guys, when they knew that I have already given their details to a friend, they were really hesitant to meet me. So that really helped me. But I kind of met all kind of people in my life. It was not a fun. Now when I look back, right, it is like, oh my god, how did I survive? But I think it is some kind of a divine protection, because it's like I was just a new kid. And many of them, even though I was 31, but many of them saw me like I was trying to do this dating, um, having this dating experience as a high school kid. So they were really surprised, because I didn't have that experience, but they were very familiar from their school age. So I survived, and I really enjoyed. And it helped me to have the set boundaries, to follow my intuition, to know what I want for my life. Because as a woman from Sri Lanka, from especially the family I was born into, women never had that voice for themselves to say what they want, and they were really a kind of a shaking doll. They will just agree with men. So at the beginning, the dating experience, I was like my ancestors, especially the woman in my family who never wouldn't have the voice against a man, and I was exactly like them. But then I learned to make my own choices, own decisions. Even at the beginning, when we go for a meal, I will say, order what you like to order. But then I learned to order what I wanted to order. So all these were like a journey for me to get my voice, to get myself, and to be clear about who I am, to share to the other person. But it is a journey, because some of the guys who could have met me um, 10, 15 years ago will feel that I was like a very, disoriented woman, not knowing anything, and that might be true at that time. But over the time, I learned, I grew, I became who I am. And saying, making my choice, and also date, I understood dating is not the end. It's not, marriage is not the end for life. And it has created so many good friendships, and that I'm so grateful. At that time, at that moment, they were very helpful, whoever was I was dating, in so many ways, because I was so dependent on a man for so many things. Like if I need to find an answer, like get advice, I need a man advice. I couldn't go for a woman to ask what should I do. Today all my friends are female friends, and they are even my whoever is my responsible person, that is a female. And if I need any help, I will ask a woman. I will ask advice from woman. I have created that circle of sisterhood. But those days I never couldn't believe that a woman can help me. I always thought I need a man. And I really felt, because I think I come from a Christian background, and the Bible has influenced me a lot, because it says, man cannot be alone, and it's to be together, you become whole and complete. And I kind of got that wrong idea into my head, and I really started to believe that I need a man to be whole or complete. And eventually I was able to move out of those things, and I was able to remove from those negative wrong ideas, and experience the wholeness within myself. And I don't need a man to make me perfect. I am already perfect. So that was the big takeaway from me from the dating experience. And there was a time I really felt tired of dating men, because it was like same thing again and again. I didn't feel any comfortable. So I just felt like, I came out of the online dating, and I'm like, I'm done with it. But I'm so grateful, the people I have met through the online dating, who have supported my journey, especially spiritual journey. So many, I still remember there was a guy, I never met him, but he was somewhere in India. And he's the first guy who praised me, who almost worshipped me, because it was the Navaratri time I met him, the 10 days. And according to him, he has to worship a woman. It was a very beautiful experience, because I never thought a man will worship a woman. So I had that beautiful experience, even though it was a very short time we were in touch, and we never met each other again in life. It just passed, but it was a beautiful memory to remember always. So there are so many memories like that, how the men who came into my path, who uplifted me, who shared the beauty of me, who encouraged me, who helped me to see, who were like a mirror to see the inner beauty of me. And that was something I am so grateful. There are people who will send messages like how special I am. The time I couldn't see or know that who I am, they were really doing it. Even it might be just they were just doing it for all the women, but still it helped me to get those words. I still remember I have a big list of those kind of things. People have sent to me all the beautiful things about me, and I still read those things, just to keep myself positively, to know that I am so special and precious. So, dating, we have to be careful, especially we as women. But at the same time, it is also fun. It's so amazing. And also, if we forget about the world around us, what people will think us, honestly, we can enjoy this dating experience. Even in Sri Lanka, I had some amazing dating experiences with men, and it was really fun and beautiful. And if we know the boundary and we are very sure where to stop and where to keep that distance, we can really enjoy this journey in a very funful way. Because life is I met one guy, he was from UK. I was sitting in a beach in Sri Lanka, and this guy came and sat, and we had a beautiful chat. And he said, sometimes the people who just show up in our life, they can really bring beauty, and we might not see them again in life. So I have met such a people like that also in my life. It was just a small brief encounter. It was not a date, it was nothing. It was just a date at that moment, not thinking about anything for the future. And those kind of dates, I really felt it was so amazing, because there was no anything attached into it. It was just for the moment, but it was full of fun and joy. And there was no attachment in it, there was no hope for future. It was just being with that person at that moment and sharing the life together. And intellectual, because most of the time we think about sex, but the more beautiful thing more than sex is intellectual connection. Like when the heart and the mind and everything comes together, not only the body. Because most of the time we only think about body, like to connect with the another being in a physical way. But when if we can connect with them in mind, it will be more beautiful thing. Because I had some men in my life which I never had any sexual encounter at all, but the mind level, we were like a soul mates, just blowing and growing together. So that really helped me a lot to grow in this journey and be who I am. And I really love to share that journey with you all. Thank you.